Hello, hope you're doing well. I apologize for the technical delays there, but should be all good now. Sorry about that. But yes, hello, happy to have you here. On that wonderful note, we are continuing our Wizard play series, and we are now on our 20th stream. Glorious. Yes, facing the Ivory Kings. This will be epic. I don't know. Recently, the encounter with the Dark Wizard has been troubling, but I've had time to think on it, and I hope that we figure something out today. So we'll see. All right. Got my stream pulled up on the second monitor, and hope. Yeah, never mind. All is well. All right, let's do this. Glorious. All right, so going right back to the snowy lands of the kingdom I was just in to rescue or I suppose not rescue, but to call the knights to join my alliance. I forget exactly where I need to fast travel here. Let's go with the abandoned dwelling. That seems like about where we left last time. Whoever's joining in, happy to have you here. Welcome to the stream of voices. This is going to be a pleasant evening. I expect a nice, probably 3-hour stream this time around. And yeah, that should be delightful. All right. So, look at him. He's there. What the fuck? I'm deeply troubled. I'm deeply troubled by these visions that I'm seeing. It almost seems like the wizard is already here. Also, if y'all hear any kind of audio issues or delays in my audio, please let me know as soon as you can. But yeah, hope you're having a good evening. So, all right. Last time I was just trying to progress through the area, and oh gosh, forget about him as well. Okay, right. I forget that I'm a wizard. Okay, hopefully I can make it out of this encounter, and we're gonna have a successful run. Okay, one at a time. So that was actually not a real run. That was just an illusion of a run, of course. That's a good start. This will be intense. The Ivory King battle is very exciting to me. I'm very, very much interested in seeing what it would be like to have the two armies fighting one another. So very much prepared for that, or slowly preparing, I suppose. Got some chamomile tea as always, and feeling kind of wizardly today. Got to explore my local park, and there was all kinds of cool creatures. I was observing a red paper wasp for a while, and it was just what a majestic little thing. Going from grass blade to grass blade made me very, very happy. Alright. Anyway. I forget that I'm in the middle of a battle right now. Okay. On that positive note, I'm gonna kind of lock in. And hopefully will not be dying anytime soon. In fact, you know what, just to signify that my own commitment to this particular run, I'll go ahead and absorb a human effigy. Okay. Let's see. So I've been thinking more about the future of this. There he is. Well, I better kill this thing before the wizard comes. And I presume the wizard's here in the chat. Why, Fat? If so, I've missed you dearly, friend. I hope your week is going well. Please don't be right behind me as I'm saying that. There he is. There you are. Okay, I'm so dead. In fact, oh my god. Okay, hello there. It's been so long. There's a little guy there behind you. So I'm... Okay. I see. So you're going to be fighting alongside your guy over here. Okay, fair enough. I suppose... Damn! I'm dead. That's fair. Okay, alright. I suppose... What do I do with that? You know, I've been thinking a lot about this. Whoever's new here, YFAT has done something remarkably evil and cruel in, I guess, creating a shadow version of me as a wizard that could have actually gone on and done all kinds of hexes and stuff, but I've chosen the path of sorceries and not murdering people, which is strange. You know, it's actually, it was the only redeeming factor of not getting that hat and not killing the poor individual would have been the paladin with whom I get to work alongside. But I can't have the paladin for this treacherous encounter with the wizard. I suppose this is going to be a one-on-one battle. Got to start off strong. Yes. Thank you, YFAT. That was great. Okay, you know, so that was not actually the run that we are going to focus on. I know I activated the human effigy and all. Surely, soon enough, these guys are going to stop spawning over and over, and I'm going to be able to just focus on the run. Man, that thing hurts. It is nice having a little bit more HP than I used to, but I still don't feel particularly tanky the way you would expect a, you know, somebody who upgraded their health bar to be. But that's fair. I guess I haven't really devoted too much time to it. YFAT, how is it going, friend? It's been an interesting week for me personally. I've been actually already experimenting with, I guess, script beginnings for the playthrough video that's going to end up happening at the end of all this. But I can't quite commit fully to it until I know the ending, because the voice of the narrator should know the story from start to finish before it's told. And so I'm still waiting until this is all done. Man. Okay. Fuck. Tell you what, I need to be more locked in. It's like I forget how actually these guys are kind of challenging in a way that I don't think of an enemy right outside of a spawn point to be, and yet the fact that there are so many of them and that they are so tanky has made it remarkably difficult to beat them all in one try. Oh, so you're back in limbo, YFAT? Oh, I see. Okay, fair enough. That's how we'll... I guess that's what it is. Okay, this is a good thing to realize, that there is in fact the voices are in fact in a limbo. Also, I mean, again, I'm still trying to figure out the exact nature of the voices, and it feels like we're coming close to the end of the journey, and yet I still don't exactly have an answer as to what exactly they are. And we've theorized about this all together. Oh my gosh, this is challenging. Excuse me, sorry about that. I'm gonna try my very best to focus a little bit. Okay, I'll take out the small ones first. You know, and I started looking up like techniques for doing like PvP against like sorcery builds, and it just kind of felt like cheating. It feels like I was starting to get meta knowledge that I wasn't supposed to have, so I quickly stopped on that vein of research. And so I'm just trusting my, I don't know, something to carry me through against this battle with the wizard. Something I'm thinking regarding the Dark Wizard is that the Dark Wizard is, funnily enough, like not just like an evil version of me, because you know you have like the evil twin that's not exactly it, because the entire time we've been making this journey, I've been trying to argue that that evil is ultimately like kind of a label tag we put onto things that don't necessarily have that evil as an ontological quality. And so really, just because it's the dark version doesn't necessarily imply some kind of a malevolence to it. I think the whole rhetoric of the dark has been I mean, yeah, I don't think it's been a particularly helpful one. So I need to understand that the wizard that I'm fighting is not necessarily somehow evil, just ideologically opposed to me, and I need to find how to exploit that, perhaps. So we'll be thinking about what to do with that in a minute. Wi-Fi says, I meant personally, but that also. Oh, back in Limbo? Oh, I see. Okay. Sorry, man. Limbos are, at least when it comes to life, I mean, yeah, that's, yeah, if you scary and precarious, but I hope you're doing all right and that you're able to get back on your journey soon enough. Oh gosh, this thing again. This feels like the kind of enemy that shouldn't respawn. Oh, man. It is really cool, though. Okay. Here. Oh yeah, this is a pretty good run. Although, admittedly, I don't have a lot of life gems, which is problematic. I still think we have a pretty good shot here. What am I working with? I don't know what this is. Small blue burr. These burrs bloom magnificently on a shrub every few years. Their color and effect determined by soil quality and recent weather don't have been used in rituals long ago. I like how this game sometimes just gives you random item descriptions that are just like I mean, I guess in a way it does contribute to the lore and stuff, but it feels like the kind of soil that a little shrub in the setting needs to grow. It doesn't feel like it's super relevant, but at the same time, I suppose the community is creative enough to somehow extrapolate great meaning out of knowledge about plant soils in Dark Souls. I don't want to go that direction, but nor do I particularly want to go this way. Let's see. I'm just wondering, was this previously openable? I don't think it was. Ooh, hello there. That's unfortunate. Okay, we're good here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck. Okay, we're good. That was a little scary, if I'm being honest. I bet you one of these is a mimic, right? Like, come on. Nope, I guess not. Lucky me. Okay, so, bright bug. Glorious. Nothing better than the bright bug. Consider us blessed for today. Bonfire ascetic. I've yet to use any of them, but I suppose one day it'll come in handy, I'm sure of it. Old Radiant Life Gem. Given that I don't have many right now, that's also acceptable. I have plenty of free time now, so there's that. Well, that's good, man. Hell yeah. There's always a bright side to things. Titanite Slab. That's pretty good, if only I had things to be using it on, but good times. Oh, well, I'm sure I'm glad. Oh, fuck me! What do you mean? Okay. There was a first second, there was a thought in my mind, like, aren't the mimics in this game, like, known for, like, their weird, glitchy mouths? And then it did that thing. Okay. Dumb wizard moment. It's alright. Just because I call myself a wizard doesn't mean I know things, or even remember what happened previously. Anyway. Alright. Wi-Fi says, oldest trick in the book. Yeah, the classic moment right there. Alright, tell you what, I'm going to run right past all them and just pray for something good. And although that's not something you really ever hear going well in Dark Souls, I have a feeling we might have a good chance this time around. at least to just go grab all the things. So to anyone new here, I am currently trying to gather an army of knights to fight alongside me when facing down the Ivory King. It is perhaps a slightly daunting prospect, knowing that I have an entire army ahead of me, but simultaneously, I also know that I can gather my own, and that's exciting. So that's going to be the main quest for today, is gathering an army. However, there is a secondary thing happening, and that is that there's a shadow version of me that's been going around and harassing me. So this is problematic. Okay, that was not cool, but okay, that was awesome. I love to see that. Wafet says, since this journey is coming to an end, I've been thinking about characters for the possible Elden Ring streams. Dude, that is so hype. I cannot wait. I feel like, I mean, Elden Ring, Dark Souls 2 is an incredible game. I've been really enjoying it, but I guess as a cultural like symbol, Elden Ring at this point holds, I guess, greater influence, and is just, I mean, it's such an insanely massive game, and I think especially in terms of ways of role-playing, that one has so much potential in it. Again, I've played, I'd say like 30% of Elden Ring a few years ago, and then I stopped. So I have some meta knowledge, but I'm going to find a way to incorporate that into the lore as the journey begins. And I'm only, like, the thing that I've been thinking most about regarding the Elden Ring encounter is going to be the what's actually, who am I gonna be? And it's like, am I as the wizard just gonna be? Technically, I'm still the same person at the end of it all, and so whatever character I pick up, I think it's ultimately gonna probably be this variation of this wizard, which I'm gonna have to think about how to integrate that smoothly into the narrative. Sorry, what am I saying? It's actually very hard to think right now. In the beginning of this playthrough, I was telling myself, oh yeah, this is going to be a semi-academic playthrough where I talk about the cool, cool lore takes that people have made on these games, and maybe talk a little bit about Baudrillard. But it's actually really difficult to talk about Baudrillard when you're being chased by like 7 knights. He's all about like, oh, dude, the real and stuff, whatever. Simulation, and it's like this feels pretty real, even though I am running around on a simulation, and I don't know, it feels like a matter of life and death here every moment. So I don't know, not a lot of time for theory, unfortunately. Am I gonna die? I am not gonna die, not today, not like this. Although, perhaps similarly to this. Like that. That's how I'm gonna die. Yeah. But I kind of have a better sense of where I'm heading, and I think what I'm gonna have to do is I am just gonna have to kill these people one by one. A classic moment. I think about the Pawn Stars meme of like, what, peacefully in your sleep. Now best I can do is a mass grave. I don't know why that just came to mind, but that's kind of how it feels. Kind of a weird postmodern sense. Alright, Wi-Fat, what are you saying, friend? I imagine there's going to be a break from streaming once DS2 is finished. That should give me plenty of time to make characters. Making characters in that game takes forever. I bet, man. Okay, well, I'll give you a heads up. I am going to be a wizard. My only contemplation is what kind of a wizard I'm going to be, and that's, I don't know. I'm very intrigued by all the many possibilities of Elden Ring. If you have any suggestions on what I could be doing, or like a kind of a build that you think would be cool for me to try, I'm very much open to anything. I want to have like cool looking spells. That's a big thing. I don't want to do a faith build. That I will say that I'm not interested in a faith build. I'm not academically qualified to talk about faith very much. But I think in terms of like sorceries, I could do it, and I think it could even be great. So I would appreciate any guidance there. Let me see. Oh yes, I am getting chased right now, aren't I? Like by a lot of people. Oh wow, I just realized where I am. That's cool. Alright, I'm gonna have to take my time slowly with these. What the fuck is that? Alright. Thankfully, that's all good. This is also a good point for me to use a human effigy. And hopefully not get lasered across. Okay, hello. Oh, dislike button. Hello, friend. How are you doing today? At the end of it all, I'm still the same person. Are we the same person at the end of anything? Oh, dude. So real for that dislike button. Oh my gosh. Fuck. There's more to say there, a lot more to say, and actually I'm going to in a second. I'd like to explore that a little bit more. But, or actually, okay. Flabbergasted by the sudden profoundness of the dislike button. Tell you what, let me lock in for just a moment, and we're gonna explore that. Wow, you know what? Oh, wow, look at this duel. Ah, ha. Perfect. Okay, so, and also let me just confirm. So, Wi-Fi says, for reference, the characters for the streams took around 10 to 12 hours each. Oh my god, man, that is incredible. Thank you so much for that effort. And, oh wow, let it not go to waste as I die. Okay, yeah, I can stay right here for a little bit. Elden Ring characters take like 50. Dude, I mean, I'd be impressed if you just like made one, man. That would be so awesome to have you here for the streams. Because we could actually like really, I think the narrative could be really cool without Elden Ring. I'm gonna have to like have some help in terms of like remembering all the character names, because I think last time I played Elden Ring or started playing Elden Ring, it was really difficult to understand anything of what was happening. Because like Runny, Radon, it's like all of them. It's like I kind of like, I mean, I more or less remember the names, but I just don't remember their lore significances whatsoever. And like, you know, whenever you don't actually understand what's happening in a story, and so the story just kind of glazes past you because of your not understanding, and that's been my experience with Elden Ring a little bit. Although it's such a beautiful game, I'm so excited for that. Wi-Fi also says, I always gravitate towards faith builds in these games, but Elden Ring has plenty of cool magic spells. I'm excited for it, man. I do tend to also go faith route as well. There's something really cool about playing a paladin, or just, I mean, you know, I've mentioned it so many times. Shadow Moses and Shadow Jesus, those were such fun playthroughs. I really had a great time with those, but that was before I had become a wizard, so a different lifetime ago at this point. But yes, Wi-Fi says, I bought Dark Souls 2 on Steam for these streams, and as of this stream, I have 176 hours in this fresh copy. Well, dude, I'm so extremely honored that you would dedicate so much time to the streams. I'm pretty sure I have less time on Dark Souls 2 at this point, and oh, that makes me very sad. That's unfortunate. But this is Dark Souls. What do we expect, I suppose? Death begets death begets death. On to another death, I suppose. You know, that would be insane if I could just say right now, I'm not gonna die once again at all, ever, in Dark Souls 2. I'm going to live forever. And look at that smug individual there, walking around with his sunset staff. Man. Notably, he looked a little different there this time around. Tell you what, I suspect we might have an interlude here in a moment with Wizard Invasion. Also, that guy didn't respawn. Kind of awesome. Looks like we're making progress finally. If we're about to get invaded, this is probably the perfect time for it. As soon as this person dies. But yeah. Wi-Fi says, I wasn't joking about the 3K I've spent in DS2. Man, that is incredible to me. I deeply respect the commitment, because like, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of stigmas around like, oh, like playing the same game over and over, and it's like, or just any kind of piece of media, but you really do get so much out of engaging with the same piece of media repeatedly. It feels like you're able to see more with like, yeah, like every single exposure, your experience builds and builds into like towards a greater understanding and appreciation of the thing in question. Although, I'm curious, Wi-Fi, what do you think? I've recently had this. Oh my gosh, I will say more in there in a second. George, so good to see you. It's been so long, friend. How are you? Good day to you. Good day, everyone. Hope you're doing well, man. So glad you were able to stop by. Yeah, please join us. We're gonna be here for at least another 2.5 hours, probably. I imagine 2.5 hours is what we can do. We'll see. Yeah, about that much. Oh gosh, I'm getting swarmed. That's what I get, I suppose, for looking away for a second. But yeah, no, I was gonna ask Wi-Fi. So I've been playing Bloodborne in my spare time. You know, every now and then, just in general. And you know, and I've been doing it again and again and again. And it's like, from different video games, that's been the one I've chosen to play, like a mantra, I suppose. And I very much enjoy it. But I've noticed, and I began to slowly notice that as I've been playing the same game over and over, it's been feeling more and more like a game. And I've kind of had that with Skyrim, where, you know, as you expose yourself to a game, it's like the immersion begins to fade, and you kind of find yourself in this lonely digital landscape that maybe kind of feels alive, but is really just more of an image than a world. And I don't know, at that point, it feels like you should stop playing, but then you keep playing, and then the narrative becomes something the developers clearly didn't intend, as you become aware of your own, like, role in this location. No, what am I saying? As you become aware of your own, like, place within, like, the digital reality as this weird digital subject. Anyway, I am so bad right now. Please. Yes, we're okay. Actually, that was said a little too early. Not just yet. Wi-Fi says, I have a habit of whenever I start playing a game, I play it non-stop for several months straight. Dude, that's powerful. And I couldn't say that for myself, though. I am not powerful at this moment, as I become dust again. For just a moment ago, it was all like, oh, imagine. Imagine if I didn't die again, and then I died. Damn. But no, dude, playing several months straight, I mean, that's cool, man. It's like, imagine being able to just like pick up, like, say, Moby Dick and read nothing but Moby Dick over and over and over and over the rest of your life, and like, dude, all the English professors would, like, I don't know, I guess. Oh, for some reason I'm thinking of the word guffaw, but that's not the right word by any means. No, but you'd get a cool academic credibility with that one particular text. And I'm sure, Wi-Fi, you should totally write an essay on Dark Souls 2. I would absolutely love to see how you interpret this game, having experienced it so many times. Because I mean, I'm sure there is I'm sure you get a lot out of it, and I've really been enjoying it like a lot, and so I'm just very curious what your relationship with Dark Souls 2 is like, given that you've been returning to it over and over for years now. Also, Dislike Button is asking, Wizard, are you hungry, Wizard? I am... Interesting. A fascinating question, Dislike Button. Perhaps I am hungry, maybe. I had a tuna sandwich before the stream, and that was decent, but I suppose I am still hungry. But that's all right. I do my best. Well, whatever. I appreciate you asking. YFAT says, unfortunately, I don't really have that problem. To this day, I still get completely invested in this game. That's so good, though. I feel like that's amazing. I feel like that's really cool. I wish I could do it with Skyrim. I think Skyrim for me is like the game I wish I could just like lose myself in, and I've almost had that for. I had it a few times, but recently, every time I've like come back to Skyrim, it's just been this sad, hollow shell of what it once was. It's like it feels like starting out playing Skyrim these days. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna mod Skyrim for 2 hours, and then I get actually into Skyrim, and then I'm once again in the cart getting driven to Helgen, and then maybe I get through the cutscene of, oh my gosh, I can't believe myself, you guys. It's so easy to get carried away talking to y'all, but I really enjoy it. But yeah, no, getting to that cart in Helgen is just like, I know exactly what's going to happen next, and I know exactly where I'm supposed to go, and I'm going to sprint in the most optimal way, and I'm going to min-max, and it's just like, it's hard to stop myself from doing that. I feel like the best way to engage it would maybe be from like a role-playing angle, but I don't know. Is that how you go about it? Just out of curiosity. But George says, I think we all have the potential to get a scary level of time investment in games. It's just a matter of stumbling upon the right one that manages to draw us in its world. I mean, honestly, yeah, I feel like, I mean, to each their own text. George, for you, what is that? What is that text? What is that game that you that draws you in, or that? What are some games that have drawn you in the most in the past? I think the most time I've had on a game would probably be something like cooperative. Probably something from more back in my youth. No, I'm not that old yet. But probably Minecraft for a while was a pretty massive one for me. I am so like engrossed in our conversation that I'm just letting these people stab me again and again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Man, I have a massive stamina bar. That was fantastic. I felt like I was playing Bloodborne or something. That was perfect. I see. Okay. Wi-Fi says, usually when playing games, I have some music or long video playing in the background. That's not the case with these games. Dude, that actually, that slightly baffles me, but I'm like, I respect that. That's so cool. I feel like I've been listening to some Castle Rat while playing Dark Souls 3, and that's a hell of an experience. Just this droning rock music as, you know, traversing through this rotting land. It's pretty cool. But to just raw dog Dark Souls 2 again and again and again, that is extremely powerful, friend. I'm curious what allows you to do that, other than, I suppose, the quality of the games. Dislike Button says, hungry for darkness. I mean, fair enough. Thank you, Dislike Button. Appreciate the clarification. You're great. Wi-Fi says, when I play, my eyes are locked to the screen for hours. Man, I feel that. It's like, oh man, I want to find more time to play video games. I think, like, I mean, I definitely love books. I love all kinds of media. But I feel like out of some of the most meaningful media I've ever experienced, games have been like top. Yeah, probably my favorite medium, honestly. It's so interactive, either with friends or just, I don't know, immersive in a way that films are, that so many things aren't. Want to do more games these days. Whoever is joining, welcome to the Deluge of Voices. Happy to have you here. As always, just a wizard going through Drang Lake. I'm trying to get my Estus flasks right now. Not Estus flasks, excuse me. Life gems. I need some life gems before I proceed onwards. There's a dark wizard that's haunting me right now, and I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to approaching him. And I'm actually very curious to hear what you all think. George, you missed something crazy. George, if you have a chance, if you don't know yet, go ahead and open the recent stream that I've had. and click on the first timestamp there. And it's going to give you a lot of context for what is happening in this stream and what we're now facing. And actually, I mean it, it's one of the coolest things that's ever happened to me in gaming, but I'm also like really trying to like figure out what that exactly means going forward in this adventure, because it actually has been massive. For anyone wondering, that I am talking about is YFAT's most recent trick, which I won't spoil for George in case George goes ahead and checks out what happened. But if not, I will go ahead and say it in a little bit anyways. George says, similar to the book analogy used earlier. Oh, I see. Clarifying what you were saying earlier. I see. Thank you. YFAT says, there's not many games that do that for me. Before the Souls franchise, the game that I sunk almost an alarming amount of hours was Resident Evil 4. Interesting. I have not really had a lot of experience with Resident Evil games. I hear a lot of great things about them, and it's kind of funny. Maybe not funny, but I've been noticing a lot of Dark Souls channels that I follow, Dark Souls essayists. So like, they go through their supply of Dark Souls topics, and then they go to Resident Evil, and to me that's kind of fascinating that those kinds of people tend to like Resident Evil as another game on par with the Souls series. Which I don't know. Maybe y'all ever want to see me do that? I have like zero stakes in Resident Evil. I know very little about it, so I'd be very curious to find out more. And my goodness, I'm trying to keep up with the track of all the voices. So many today, at least compared to what the drought that has recently happened. This is quite nice. Okay, you know, you guys, I apologize for how long I've been stuck in this one tiny area here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and run past as many people as I can, and try to, I don't know, I guess. Yeah. Tell you what, I'm gonna read all the voices. I just want to find some kind of a point of respite where I'm actually progressing as opposed to just dying over and over to the same few enemies at the beginning of the area. All right, I'm running, and hopefully right here. Oh yes, I forgot about you. 1, 2, 3. Can I just tank him? I can't just take them. Okay, fair enough. Well, this gives me like a tiny respite, so now I can go ahead and see what you guys are saying. YFAT says, I've probably beaten that game over 200 times. YFAT, how much time do you have, friend? I mean, that's amazing. My friend, you know, I just want to say, you could do so many things with that, like with your insight of the game. I so deeply want to know, like, what your experience is like playing that kind of thing after the 200th time. That's absolutely fascinating to me. Thank you for sharing that. Oh fuck me, excuse me. Sorry, it's, you know, for all the being a wizard, I do very much not enjoy enemy spells. Those are frustrating. The whole point of being a wizard is that nobody else is a wizard, you know, or at least that's one of the things. It's like nobody's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a wizard amongst a million other wizards. I think that's a whole issue with the whole Harry Potter series, is that it kind of systematizes being a wizard. Well, in my understanding, the wizard archetype is a kind of perhaps slightly reclusive individual on the fringe of civilization to a degree, attaining arcane knowledge, as opposed to being, indoctrinated into a system of wizards, which I suppose, you know, can't really go without a system, but whatever. Let's see what everyone's saying. George says it's not the game, it's the world that it portrays for me. My biggest obsession with the world was World of Warcraft. I can't count my game time in that world in matter of hours, but years. Lost the majority. Damn, George. All right. Well, that's a lot of his teenage years too. Okay. Well, I mean, I mean, kind of awesome though. I mean, I suppose. I mean, you say you lost at that time. I feel like that's selling short those years you've put into the game, because I mean, I'm sure you've been able to get a lot out of it, like in terms of memories and experiences. And it's like, even if you don't remember most of them, I mean, in the moment, you still got to explore an incredible world, perhaps with some comrades. Huh. I guess that's the topic for the stream, is game time, and how much is there too much? Is there too much repetition? I don't for now, I don't think so. I think that it's, in a way, playing a game over and over, it almost becomes like a kind of art. I mean, the speedrunners have sort of turned playing games into art, in a way, and I think you doing the same game over and over, you could consider as a kind of like a strange artwork that you're engaging in, where you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this playthrough in a certain style, and that's going to be a very unique experience that only I'm going to have, or perhaps very few people with whom I'll be able to relate later. I don't know. Just putting that out there, perhaps. Just throwing my ideas. Wifet says, I have played RE4 every day for like 2 years straight when I was younger. Weirdly enough, I don't like the other Resident Evil games that much. For some reason, Resident Evil 4 resonated with me heavily. Oh, Resident Evil was when I was a kid with infinite free time and only a handful of games. The time I've spent in the Souls franchise was spent over nearly 15 years at this point. Dude, all right, I respect that, man. I'm looking forward to the day when I can say I've had 15 years experience of like with the Soul series. That sounds, I don't know, that does put you like into a very specific kind of niche that I think is ultimately quite powerful with its insight. And again, I can't emphasize enough, I really feel like it would actually be so cool to hear your takes on those games, given your own investment in them. Because I'm sure that, like, I mean, if you just like took your time with it, you could probably like extrapolate things out of the games that most people have not, even though you might take them for granted. So I don't know, maybe just sit down and just like write some stuff out. I'd personally love to read. Anyway, well, what's the gimmick of Resident Evil 4? Is I know there was a one in Africa, and I know I've played that one with a friend one time, but that's the only Resident Evil game I've ever tried. Is that not the best entry point? Is that Resident Evil 4? I didn't get to beat that one either. Wifet says, oh, never mind, all is good. All right, whoever's joining, welcome to the Deluge of Voices. We are slowly making our way to somewhere. Actually, don't exactly know our final destination, but we are searching for allies. We're searching for knights that will be able to assist us in our great fight against the Ivory King. Hopefully that'll be happening by the end of today. Also, I am very close to death, so I should wash myself. Okay, all is good, and we're making steady progress. That is nice, man. At the same time, earlier dislike button said something fascinating that I want to return to, and that was that they commented on something I said regarding how, like, oh, at the end of it all, it's still us that is playing the game, or just us at the end of a given experience. And then dislike button said something haunting, like, do we ever return to being like ourselves at the end of anything? It's like, wow, it's pretty brutal. Dislike button. I don't know. I suppose in the parameter of this game, at least, or like how I've been thinking about the experience of playing, say, Bloodborne recently, has been that no matter how many times I die in a game, at least in theory, like there is a core gameplay loop with the Souls games that, as you die, you inevitably come back to life. And so the game relies on you being able to transfer knowledge across multiple deaths. And so it kind of has it's sort of a meta thing where you are getting to experience, with every death you experience how you are ultimately in a video game, and that you you are functionally immortal, and something is uniting all those experiences. And in theory, it may be like a soul or something, but really it is you as a player. You're uniting all those experiences and the memories of all your failures. And oh my gosh, that's so evil. Please die, all of you. Don't stun lock me. Thank you so much. Okay. But anyway, that's ominous. I don't like that. Does it? I bet it's gonna yawn. Okay, we're okay. We're okay. But maybe it's a trap. It's not a trap. We're okay. We're fine. Wilted Dusk Herb? I'll take it. I'll take it for sure. Let's see what everyone's saying. I'm gonna talk about what I just said more in a second, but let's see. Oh my goodness. Hello, Lugraven. It's so good to see you, friend. Oh my gosh, it's been so long. In Harry Potter, magic feels like the negation of physical labor. Consumables just appear without their production. Ooh, okay, interesting. In Harry Potter, magic feels like a negation of physical labor. Appear without. That's kind of that's interesting, man. I feel like, I guess, what is magic like just an illusion? I mean, sorry. Is magic, is the appeal of magic that it seemingly makes things appear without labor in general, or like that? Oh yeah, being able to cast a fireball looks like it has nothing that goes into it, and yet, like, presumably there's been like the many years of studying and all that have somehow been channeled into being able to cast a fireball. It feels like, yeah, a partial appeal of magic is that things just happen and you don't even fully understand what's happening, and without really understanding their like material conditions of that given spell, for example. And so it seems like magic is like, in a way, yeah, actively concealing the labor that goes into it, which, I don't know, I guess makes me think what about like computers anyway, I'm not gonna go too far into that before I get carried away. Excuse me. Sorry, that was slightly tangential. I apologize. Let me see here. I have more to say there. Wi-Fi says, I could probably write a doctorate thesis on these games from memory at this point, which is kind of embarrassing. I don't think that's embarrassing at all, man. Honestly, I think that's genuinely really cool, and I'd love to see what you do. If you ever like, hey, I want like help writing it, I'd even be very invested. In fact, Wi-Fi, if you ever want to do any kind of video collaborations for Dark Souls 2, and you have any ideas that people haven't talked about yet in these games, I'd be very interested in trying to maybe make that a reality, perhaps. I'm looking for collaborators to write essays with, potentially. And you seem not, y'all, I mean, honestly, y'all seem pretty knowledgeable about these games, but given how much you've been contributing to these streams, I'm more than open to working with you further if you're interested, but that's up to you, friend. Castaway Witch Donna. That sure looks like an NPC name, because who would call themselves that? Oh, fuck. Oh, we're fighting a witch. Oh, nice hat you have there. I don't yearn for it. Oh. Okay. So. Okay, alright. Oh. Okay. Well. I love my wizard battles. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Ooh, you are actually... I should not underestimate witches. Witches are as powerful as wizards most of the time. Just a gender difference. Okay. Okay. Tell you what. I'm gonna backstab you. Oh, what? No! No! Okay, this is suddenly not going how I intended at all. We are retreating. Yes, again, lesson learned. Don't underestimate witches. Okay. Cool. Very, very cool. I felt so confident in this battle, but... You know, in a way, this is kind of good practice for the actual wizard fight that's coming up here in a moment. Here. Oh, well, I did promise to backstab. Alright, it is done. But that was for a second kind of scary. Honestly, in some ways I've been beaten. But that's alright. George says, I think games become somewhat of a replacement for the written word. The books that offered adventure before are now seen in similar way, just different format. You're so right, dude. McLuhan talks about this. Marshall McLuhan, he's very clearly, sorry, well, for context, that's the father of media theory. He outlines that new media or old media ultimately become the content of new media. Like you see, say, with the written word, like the written word was initially, spoken. I was like, the spoken word then became a medium became the content of the written word. And then now we see with films, for example, the scripts have become usually, happen before films are made. So it's like the written word now precedes the creation of films, for example. That's just another example, but you're so right though. Like a lot of our book narratives getting turned into films is a great example of content being just old mediums turned into new ones. I suppose, yeah. Getting carried away there. Enough McLuhan. Although, actually, no, there's never enough McLuhan. McLuhan is just such an amazing figure. You guys, doing my research, I can't believe how little people talk about McLuhan, at least on YouTube, and how hard it is actually to find any of his written works. And he's so important to the entire field of media studies. But I honestly think there might be something shady going on with people trying to suppress the content of or his message. And I have more to say there, but we don't have to go into this random abstract scholar if y'all are not feeling it. So, also, we just found another ally. Glorious, glorious. This is a mark of progress. You, yes, you. I want you to join me and fight. Yes, dude, so real, so real. Praise be. Glory. We're gonna meet in final battle at the end of time. That made me very happy. All right. I don't know how many there are left, but now we have 3 knights with us. Now let me see here. Let me see here. Dislike button says, I don't yearn for it. He yearned. Thank you, dislike button. I don't remember when I said that, but that sounds right. That sounds like me. I would yearn and deny it. Well, LeGraven says, a lot of people have the TV shows or movies or albums that help them sleep. Do 2K hours in Resident Evil 4 similar to that? Oh, that's a fascinating observation, man. That whole genre of essays to fall asleep to, it doesn't hurt my soul or anything, but it is a fascinating prospect that academic thought is just getting turned into just rambling to fall asleep to, which is totally fair. Honestly, it's probably more educational to fall asleep to somebody talking about Lacan than it is to talking about, I don't know, to white noise. But at the same time, I feel like that you probably don't get to really relax with. I don't know. Who am I to say? I don't necessarily try that. Maybe I should. Y'all let me know if it's worth it. Wyfit says, replying to LeGraven says, LeGraven, when I was playing Resident Evil 4 regularly, I was younger, and when I was a kid, I had crippling insomnia. I would go multiple days with at least sleep sometimes. Oh my god, dude. So sorry to hear that. Yeah, no, real man. Oh my gosh, crazy Wi-Fi lore here. Thank you for sharing the Wi-Fi. How are you sleeping these days? I can say I'm lucky enough to not have had much insomnia issues. As of late, I've been sleeping fairly soundly. But I don't know. Maybe one of y'all will one of these days give me a reason to not sleep soundly. Let's not do that. Actually, let's not go down that route. But anyway, I have heard that name McLuhan. Did I sleep right? Did I spell it right? I'm going to look. Dude, McLuhan is so real. I can rant about McLuhan. I talk about McLuhan in all my essays. I think all of them do. But he is. Well, actually, I don't talk about him in the Edge Runners essay, but that's before I really worked with his work. So I just saw my stream buffering for a second. That's a good sign. But yes, no, McLuhan is phenomenal, and I just got to a bonfire. Nice. Let's go ahead and get some life gems. I think that's always a good thing. But McLuhan, you would know him by the slogan, "The medium is the message." I say this a lot, but yeah, so the medium is the message, the idea that a medium is ultimately perhaps more important in shaping what you end up getting out of your media than the content of a given medium. Like, say, like the fantasy genre is a content of literature, or like of sorry, or was initially the content of I'm suddenly realizing the fantasy genre has kind of an oral tradition. So is it even that? Okay, let's say Lord of the Rings as a film is it's more important that it's a film than it is necessarily that it's Lord of the Rings. In that, say, whenever you are engaging with a film, oh my gosh, what am I saying? Sorry, it's hard to do something that kind of requires some thought, like getting life gems and talking about academia. But yes, imagine. So yeah, like a film promotes a visual mode of understanding reality, and in a way, whenever you are, say, engaging with a film, you are getting a very specific kind of messaging out of it as a result of it being this like two-dimensional flat image. Then whenever you're engaging with like Lord of the Rings in its literate medium as an actual book, you know, the construction of the world is completely different. You're getting completely different information in, and it's that's kind of the very basic version of what McLuhan is saying, but it's a lot more crucial to like actually like shaping how our whole society thinks, because McLuhan like leans into like explorations of specific mediums and how they affect our greater culture and how we think. Like he's wrestling in his time with the idea that, oh yeah, TVs are becoming a new medium, and that's reshaping how people are able to perceive reality because of the TV screen. And he kind of predicts the internet by being like, oh yeah, you know, we're steadily becoming more mixed in with the affairs of other people around the world as a result of television. And it's like, oh yeah, in a way, we are becoming this big global village where we are all infinitely involved with everybody's affairs, but only as deeply as the surface of our screens, in a way. It's like we are extremely distant from everyone, but at the same time forced to be extremely close. And that's just like a thing that he brings up in his lectures and his books, but it's kind of a little sample of how he operates, I suppose. Anyway, I just do love his stuff. He's also great for like cyborg studies. Anyway, I'm gonna check the chat now. I can go on about McLuhan for a little too long. I can see people are not necessarily super interested right now, so let me get a safe spot here. That's not good. What am I doing here? Right, I'm currently searching for some kind of something. Yes, I'm trying to find a way to get more knights and to join my army. So I have to remember that. But let's see, what's everyone saying? What's everyone up to right now? But even now, it's still taking 2 hours to fall asleep. Wi-Fi says, I've gotten over it for the most part, but even now it still takes me an hour to fall asleep. Man, that is rough, dude. There's this fast like amazing like sleep podcast, not sleep podcast. What am I saying? There's this wonderful sleep researcher who I can't remember the name of that I was going to recommend you, but I'll have to remind myself in a little bit. He actually gives pretty great advice on how to set up an optimal environment for going to sleep and how to go about getting the most out of your sleep. in general. Potentially, if you're interested, but I'll look it up after I get into a safe location. Okay. I've already cleared this area, says Wifehead. It's true. Am I not going the right way to get the what's his name? Excuse me. I'm trying to get another ally. Is this the right direction for another ally, Wifehead? Oh, dislike button. Thank you. You are incredible. How did you know? I guess he's popular enough. I didn't feel too bad about dying because Wifehead has made that run illegitimate, given that I was not going in the right direction. It was purely by my intent that I died. It's alright though. I'm tempted to maybe go ahead and give the Ivory King a shot with 2 guys, but maybe not. We'll see. Wifehead says, my brain is messed up from various ADHD medications. That's rough, man. Sorry about that. Wifehead says you also gotten the night in this area. Really? Okay. I guess what do we do now? I suppose I've unlocked 2 nights so far. Perhaps it's time for a run. Let's give it a shot. Let's just see. This might be futile, but 3 nights on myself, I think we could do it. We could totally do it. I'm sure some people have fought this guy just completely solo, the way I had attempted initially. But yeah, let's give it a shot. Man, what a beautiful place. What a wonderful location. Okay. Just delightful stuff. To anyone who wasn't here last time, y'all brace yourselves for this fantastic transition between the boss fight and... Oh my god, look at them! What a bunch of fantastic comrades here. I guess I'm about to do this. Y'all ready for an attempt at the Ivory King? I haven't even seen him yet. I've only seen his guard, so I am excited. We'll see. But yeah, actually, Wifehead, what Dislike Button said, the Matt Walker, actually like so cool. Would highly recommend he really just look up any of his podcasts or anything, and just whatever's the highest viewed video with Matt Walker. Very helpful stuff. I think everyone should watch. Mandatory, honestly. It just changes your life. Anyway, you've already gotten the night. There's one more night. Tell you what, we're for now okay without the extra night. I think we're okay. I think we're okay. I'm curious enough to give it a shot. All right, to glory. Into the mouth of hell. Hello, friends. All right, kill these men. Oh, that's so brutal. That's kind of like a callback to the knights in Dark Souls 1, the ones that have been charred in their descent into hell. Y'all know what I mean? Like the ones that had followed Gwyn. And now you occasionally fight them, and they're just completely charred over with the fires of hell, which is just cool. Yeah, well, okay. My guys are doing pretty awesome. I think so far we're winning, although I need to be watching my health bar. Unlike these guys, I can actually heal, and I can backstab people, so I think there's a good chance. All right. Not optimal. All right, we're living. I didn't realize I had spells. There's in fact a mage amongst them, if not all of them. If they're not all mages, can I backstab them? That's my biggest question. I'm pretty sure I can. I can't backstab them, and they can attack me from the back. All right, understood. Now, the question is, do you all want me to find the extra knight, or do you all want me to try this again, but just as it is? I'm curious either way. Either way, I'm going to fight this guy, but the question is, do I delay it by just a little bit longer? That was Already an exciting prospect of this fight. I'm very curious to see how it turns out. Let's see here. That was an unfortunate death. I think I was slightly focused on the commentary too much there. I appreciate the good luck earlier, George. You're glorious. Unfortunately, that was. I'm still figuring it out. The last night isn't that hard to get, says YFAT. Okay, you know what? Screw it. YFAT, I will need you to tell me what bonfire to go to, because I think the prospect of having to look for one is what's more daunting than actually looking for than actually like getting there. So if you can just direct me to what bonfire you want me to go to, I will go ahead and give it a shot. Gosh, it's so cool. We actually might be able to beat this DLC today, and man, that would be fantastic. And to anyone new here, also, welcome to the Deluge of Voices. As always, happy to have you all here. I'm just a wizard making my way through Drang Lake. And, it's actually been kind of a minute since I've had a chance to go through the rundown of our goals for this journey. And George, Dislike Button, LeGraven, we have actually achieved most of them by now, with a few minor exceptions. So there was 5 goals. I wanted to, number 1... also, I'm going to the inner wall bonfire, according to YFAT, so I'm going to go ahead and try that. But let me see here. Oh, sorry, wait. Outer wall, inner wall. Yes, okay, we go here. What was I trying to say? Yes, we wanted to, number 1, get some cool spells. I'm pretty sure I have all the cool spells I could possibly have as a wizard, and at least the ones that are of sorceries. So we've completed that goal. We have now attained all the sorceries that we had needed. But now there's also the prospect of getting a new friend, getting a friend to join me in this whole quest through Drang Lake. And I found one, and I didn't expect it to be the one who it was, but contrary to all the expectations, in fact, my greatest foe, the paladin, has also turned out to be my greatest ally in all of this. I have slain dragons with the paladin. I've just killed a giant tiger recently. We've cleared out the entire sunken city. It's yeah, no, I think the paladin's truly been the greatest friend in all this. And so that's 2 of our goals. Then it begins to get slightly complicated. I had wanted a cool wizard hat, because that was the fulfillment of the wizard aesthetic. Because how can you be a wizard without a cool wizard hat? And unfortunately, this is where things have gotten very complicated, and for those who haven't been here recently, this is unfortunate, but it would have taken a life of a man for me to get the hat, and that was the only way to do it. And although I have taken lives before, and I'm literally doing that right now, for some reason, whenever you just declare a specific life as this is the point of no return, it becomes all the harder to take it, and you suddenly feel like the prospect of taking has been weirdly moralized, and now I can't take it in good conscience without reverting back in all my character development. So all that to say is I would have to kill a man to get it, and I didn't do it. And so now I've kind of also renounced my hexes, which I used to love greatly, but I don't do anymore, because I guess I've changed from my ways. In the past, dark magic has not brought me anything good, except for easy wins, I suppose. And also, I might just die right now, so I better be safe. I better be careful. Nobody following me, except for that knight. Cool. And so that put me in a weird place of, yeah, I need to somehow get my hat. Actually, no, I can't get my hat, and so I can't actually fulfill the wizard aesthetic in the way that I had initially intended, which puts to question the whole, am I really a wizard? What makes a wizard? Can a wizard even be without a cool wizard hat? Like, what do you guys think? Can I be a wizard if I don't have a cool wizard hat? It just doesn't necessarily make sense, because you can be like a sorcerer, that's sort of what I am, but a wizard is partially the look. And so I've been mostly having to now see, here is a wizard. This is the dark. This is the dark that I refused. The dark that I could have been. And it is here to here to assault me endlessly. Whoever was not around for this, yes, last time we fought, this has been the most recent development. There is, in fact, there he is. God, the shadow me. This is... okay, cool. So just like that, I don't have my sorceries. And that makes me realize that perhaps my greatest shot at fighting this wizard is through actual just melee. Yeah, oh, fuck you, Lamau. Never mind. I don't know how to fight him. He's a superior wizard. He has greater technical skill. He has greater spells. Even the knowledge of me. Oh gosh. Oh my god. Okay. Ugh. I am going to fucking heal and get hit for it. Dude, look at him. What a beast. I am so dead. What am I supposed to do? Okay. Oh, fuck, I can't do magic. You're right. He literally negates my magic. It is insane what this guy does. This genuinely feels like a boss fight. And look, he's gonna spell me. He's gonna... Yeah, just like that. Okay. Alright. Fuck me. Alright. Crazy wizard over here. Like, I genuinely... Okay, I'm gonna have to really lock in here. Look at that. Look at... Okay. I think we are... I don't even know what just happened to me. So here's that's the big dilemma. That's the big dilemma. What? Oh no, and he mugs me with that. And it's a perfect hat too. I didn't even know it was that cool. It's literally the perfect wizard hat. That I could have had. Oh, dude. Living my life. This is like... You ever like look at somebody and you're just like, wow. Like or like you look at your own life and you're like, wow, like where did I go wrong? I'm not living the life I was meant to have, and somewhere in the road I made a mistake, and now I'm living in the shell of the life that I should have had. That's kind of how it feels not killed that cartographer, not gonna lie. If the cartographer's blood had spilled before me, that would have been a cool hat. I would have still had my hexes, but weirdly enough, I'm doing the right thing is really difficult, and I guess I'm having to come to terms with that. But no matter what, I'm gonna have to stay true to what I had initially agreed on, or not agreed on. Sorry, no, I have to stay true to my decision. I will not go back and kill that man. And now I have to live in the consequences. So. Now my question is, how do I kill this wizard? Anybody? Any ideas? He's technically my opposite. He's what I could have been. And in there lies his weakness. And I don't know what that is just yet. Perhaps I need an external source of insight. So please, anybody, I'm deeply curious. How do we do this? I've gotten all this way thanks to the voices. Now the voices have an insight into this greatest battle of all. This is honestly like a boss fight. Yeah, this is actually this in my mind it feels like a boss fight, because I'm pretty sure Wi-Fi has been holding back on us this entire time, given that the man actually has beaten Dark Souls like a bazillion times, even without deaths, and is now absolutely mogging me. So, and I see a menacing laughter, says Wi-Fi. Thank you for that. Damn. Like, this is not like the journey has to somehow end with the confrontation with the wizard, with the dark wizard. And I'm realizing that just, you know, that in some ways that's even more important than the whole greater journey featuring the fire and this whole realm. The interpersonal conflict of like being a wizard is at display here, and we're figuring it out. So thank y'all for being here. This has been rough, getting hat mogged that way. LaGraven says, glad you spared him. Gandalf in the movies didn't need his hat when he evolved to Gandalf the White. Dude, that's so based. You are so right. It never occurred to me. It never occurred to me, my friend. And that's actually... I don't know why that feels so meaningful suddenly. You're so... You're brilliant, Lagraven. I can't believe I've forgotten that. Wi-Fi says, I would suggest asking the paladin for help, but that would result in causality issues. It would, Wi-Fi, wouldn't it? This has to be a wizard versus wizard. It feels like there needs to be an external factor that like breaks the tie, but... okay. We'll think about it, we'll think about it. We have some options. Also, notably, what the hell... I have these giants. I forgot about them. There's a gimmick with the giants in these games. Or, sorry, golems, excuse me. These aren't quite giants. We're going to figure that out in a second. And to anyone wondering, we are, in fact, here on the process of completing the army. Also, I'm really not in a good place. We're trying to complete the army to fight the Ivory King. And we're almost there. We have our final warrior left. Okay, also, I see George has said something, and I'm excited to see what that is. I am so dead. I'm so dead. This is rough. I presume I have to kill these giants or something. Wi-Fi, can you spare me the time and tell me whether or not I'm supposed to kill those giants, or can I just run through this room? I don't want to fight these giants. Or golems, excuse me. Die. Die. Okay. I used to be a Reaper main in Overwatch. That was a good few years there. I made it to Diamond. That was a good memories. I remember getting to Diamond in Overwatch for like a week and then dropping out. But at that point, it was complete. I knew I would never actually stay in Diamond, but just reaching it was enough. Now let's see what else everyone's saying. George says, I had triggered such deep contemplation on the path of your wizard has taken. It has. The hat has been crucial to the journey of being a wizard. And also, Jean Mary, hello, friend. So good to have you here. Welcome to the Deluge of Voices, friend. What brings you here today? I am having great moral contemplations regarding having not killed a certain cartographer, and also, to anyone wondering, this is my first Dark Souls 2 playthrough. I have never played Dark Souls 2 before, although I have played Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3. This has been the one I've put off, given that it's not held the highest reputation in the community, which I now know to be kind of foolish, perhaps. Okay, so let's see here. The dislike button says only you can defeat yourself, wizard. You're on it though. Yeah, for real. I don't know what we can really do with that. It does feel like only I can defeat myself. Only I can defeat the Shadow Wizard. But let me think. What weaknesses did I have? I feel like I'm blind to them. It's like my technical weaknesses have been those of have been canceled out, given that the Shadow Self is like better at me in just like raw combat and at raw magic, and has access to hexes. I have had a chance to fell him once so far, but I had used healing items, and it's just like, not in a. It wasn't a real victory. It was merely a delay of the inevitable previously. So. Yeah, figuring that out for sure. Wi-Fi says, how does one defeat themselves? Think on that, young wizard. How does one defeat themselves? How does one defeat themselves? I suppose this is going to be the question we'll be pondering. I suppose, I don't know, self-harm was my first immediate thought, but I don't think that's where this journey is leading us. Perhaps I'm supposed to unplug my router next time I fight him. That might be the solution. Oh, Jean Mary. What brings me here? I'm here for the wizard playing DS2. So real. Okay, Oh, so happy to have you here. Okay, also, I just got mogged. Tell you what. Gene, I'm currently in the darkest hour as a wizard. That's been the consensus. There, also, I'm so sorry. Something just happened behind the scenes that I will not speak of, but it's kind of awesome. Never mind that. Excuse me. I'm so lost, but actually life just got a little better. I will not explain. Okay, but yes, no. So I am in my darkest hour. Feels like I'm, fighting a better, cooler version of me that I could have been. And has anyone read Wizard of Earthsea? Spoilers for Wizard of Earthsea. It's it's like a okay book. Actually, I'm curious. Actually, unironically, has anyone read the Wizard of Earthsea here? Y'all might enjoy it. I think it is, in terms of wizard narratives, it's not as great as some other choices, but it's still pretty good if you're wanting that aesthetic in your life. Also, we just got him. Hello, Knight. We just got our final knight, so we can actually go ahead and fight the Ivory King. I think after defeating the Ivory King, I might be able to figure something out regarding the wizard. But we're gonna keep thinking about it. It's definitely the true boss fight at the end of all this. It's like whoever it is that rests at the very end of Dark Souls 2. It's like, I'm sure they're a powerful entity, but I am much more. Oh my god, what? I'm much more invested in the battle with the wizard. This was amazing. What? No way. I guess so. I guess here we are. It's what a natural turnaround. Perfect. Wi-Fi says, and has a hat. Don't forget the hat. Dude, it's like, he literally is a greater image of a wizard than me. But now, so the whole time I've been arguing that, oh man, the wizard is ultimately just an aesthetic. It's an aesthetic choice. You can put a wizard hat on anything and it becomes a wizard. But now I am faced with something that I guess the postmodern scholarship would just get destroyed at, the idea that there actually is content beyond the image, and that there is perhaps a content to a wizard that is not just the hat, that there is something on the inside beyond simple images. So it's a strange possibility that I'm still contemplating. Also, FJ does not. Who is FJ? We're not summoning Phantom FJ. Actually, screwed. We're fucking summoning Phantom FJ. I don't know who he is. I like his style. This is cool NPC we get here at the end of time with us, and this will be pretty neat. I suspect he's gonna die. Honestly, I'm actually kind of hoping he dies quickly. Well, actually, we'll see. I'm realizing that. Screw it. We got this. Hello, my friend. Hope you're doing well, FJ. This is gonna be a glorious battle. Everyone is together. I think it'll be good. So, Gene says, I'm a spellcaster myself in the Souls games, but in a risky build. Interesting. Dude, everything you say is made so much more ominous by the devil emojis. Also, we have the knights. They're with us. The 4 knights of the pit, instead of the round pit, instead of a table. Gene, could you explain a little bit more what you mean by the risky build, or why so evil? To glory. Yeah, we're going straight in. We got FJ on our side. We got the knights on our side, and we're going into the old chaos. Who the hell is FJ? It's alright. We got a friend now. All right. You know what? I'm really gonna try to do this. I'm really gonna try to beat this boss fight. Okay, I need to make sure we're fighting isolated knights one at a time. This is an isolated knight. Wow, everything just lagged so hard there. I hope you guys are okay. Okay, tell you what, we just got one knight. We got one knight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We might be able to get this other one. We got 2 knights. Almost got 2 knights. About to get 3 knights. 1, 2. Okay, okay, we're doing good. We're doing good. FJ is on our side. What is that? Who did that? Was that FJ? FJ is a beast. We're doing so gloriously. Okay. You know, something to think about is, throughout this journey, I had insisted that the knights are the ultimate enemy. The knights are really the greatest opposition to a wizard. And we could have concluded that it is in fact the paladin that's actually the polar opposite of a wizard. Okay, also FJ is gone. FJ is dead. RIP FJ, he will be remembered. Although short-lived, his memory is gonna be upheld. Okay. I cannot backstab them. I have to remember that. Every time I try to, I forget. So, how are you guys doing? Okay, the knights are holding up well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The numerology helps. Okay, another down. This really is just like an actual battle. Oh, and we're slowly closing the portals. We are... Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no! I looked away for just a second there. No! No! My God! He knew that it was gonna end the whole run if I died there. Well, I'll tell you what. I am not deterred. I am far from it. I think I actually didn't hype myself enough there. I think there's much more I can do. Okay. Like Raven says, you're a wizard that contemplates and finds alliances. Don't fight the shadows alone. You're preaching, man. You're so on it. You're maybe that is the way to go. I suppose the shadow. Oh yeah, I guess how does one just like fight their own shadow? I think one is bound to be eternally bound in their own shadow. Facing it perpetually without ever defeating it. And it feels like that's sort of what I'm bound for. And you know, really what this is about is that I need to reclaim the shadow. That's fascinating. Actually though, wait, this makes sense. This makes sense. Hold up. Oh my gosh. Y'all. I think I need to a degree, embrace my own shadow. Because one can't live without their own shadow. The shadow is perpetually going to be there in a yin-yang kind of dynamic. It's always going to be something I'm wrestling with, and it's going to be wrestling back with me, and that I'm never going to be able to quite, I guess, get a hold of, except because I can't get rid of it, and so the best I can do is find a new way to exist alongside it. I'm going to have to find a way to make peace with the shadow, but also put it under my control again. We're going to think more about this. We're going to give this another shot, but this is something good is happening here. Well, LeGraven, you're onto something, and Wyfat says sadness. That is unfortunate. LeGraven, sorry, Wyfat, was that you? Were you FP? I hope you weren't FP. I apologize if you were. And Gene says, I never level up HP or adapt in DS2, lol. I respect that. I respect that sound. That does sound kind of insane. Oh my God. We used to have a smaller health bar, but had to change things up. And when we go into glory, into the mouth of hell, into the jaws of death, ride the 600 into old chaos, back where Izolith had been consumed by the flame. All right, y'all at my back, knights. I rarely work with knights, but well, I think y'all are pretty good ones. All right, best we can do is swarm them one at a time. It's only fitting that a Dark Souls 2 fight would have a gank. A gank mode. Yes. All right. Anyway, we're doing well. They're so glorious and shining, fighting their charred counterparts. All right. So far, we're looking good. It's still 4 against the world, or 5 against the world. I am the 5th. I am technically... Am I a knight right now? Am I a wizard leading the knights? In a way, it feels more like I'm in a position of a knight alongside them, like a comrade in arms. Oh, this is like half the battle is not getting swarmed myself. Knights, gather at me. Back me up. Thank you. Oh, the enemy spellcasters are doing terrible things to me. I have to remember that that one right there closes distance way too quickly. And that there's more of them. And that this is not going to end until all the gates are shot. Surely. Oh, look at that. I'm going to die. No, I'm not going to die. I'm just trying to reclaim some kind of agency in this battle. My noble knights are doing well. And it looks like we are slowly sealing the gates. Best I can do at this point is not die. Okay. There's so many of them, and there's so few of us left. What is it, just me and my 2 knights? The other 2 have fallen. Oh, feels like best I can do at this point is just distract them. Our enemies are many, allies few. Gosh. No! You know what? I forget. At the end of all this, I am still a wizard. And I should act like one. What? Oh my god, that guy's giant. That does nothing. That's the Soul Spear. That's my most powerful spell, and it does nothing. Okay. I am... That was the other part of the Darkest Hour. I happen to, in fact, be in the most... in the worst location to be a wizard. So I feel my spells are at their weakest, and I'm fighting my stronger counterpart. And I'm in a frozen land. I don't know. Yeah, it's been rough for sure. Okay. There, my friends are doing so well. I tell you what. Oh, I can start picking off their foes as well. Yes, one at a time. I just need to live. That's all I need to do right now. Come on, try to strike me. Yes, perfect. Am I? No. Okay, this is the last one. Okay. Looks like it's just me and these 3 guys. All of my knights have fallen. Okay, what are we looking at? 2. Okay, we're doing good. I gotta start getting some hits in. I think maybe the way to go is to get the primary DPS out of the way. So, oh fuck me. All right, that's already better than nothing. I think we have a good chance here. I didn't realize how challenging this all might be here. Oh. There. And there's a king at the end of all this, surely, right? We're here to kill him, not just the knights. Okay, we're doing good. Fuck that guy. Alright. That was good. Finally, a spell is good for something. We're managing. I cannot check in with the voices. I presume the voices are saying something which I cannot hear. Overwhelmed by the battle, they are silent as the blood rushes in my ears. Okay. Now he dies. Oh, you. All right, come to me. So many have died before you. You will be the last. What the fuck was that? Okay. Okay. Wow. Average Dark Souls moment. All right. Well, something great was learned there. Don't tank the fire caster. Not gonna lie, that was a little embarrassing. That was kind of embarrassing. I'm still like processing that, looking at the replay as it happened. That's all right. Melted, absolutely melted like Raven. That was wild. Okay, get chaos whipped. I guess so. I was like, oh, dude, I can totally tank. I can totally tank that. I've been tanking him this whole time. Hell yeah, this is like nothing. And then just get hit with that. I only have 20 life gems, and now I have to do this. Tell you what, I'm just saying, a paladin would be appreciated at this time. I've sacrificed my darkness to have light at my side, so if there's perhaps a paladin around, that would be kind of fantastic. And so as I wait for the prospect of a paladin, I will talk to the voices a little bit. You're going hollow again, says Yfat. I'm not going hollow, not this time. And is that... That's the cursed, not quite the paladin, although I appreciate... They kind of look incredible, damn. Who is this? FJ. I like their style. Are they... They're not me. It was for a second there I thought, but no, I await the paladin. Whoever is new here, the paladin has been an iconic figure for this journey. Oh! No, this is Dropper K. Damn, not the Dropper K. Okay, so many people here. I'm actually kind of surprised. I think having a paladin would be glorious, but also, if not, completely understandable. Oh, Yfat hit me with a gall. You're going hollow again. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Okay. No, the human effigy should be good. All right. George says, I think I recognize some of the spells they were using. Pyromancer tricks. Dude, seriously, Pyromancers, man, one-trick ponies. Like, learn something else. I mean, I respect the grind set of learning great magics and just only doing fire, but I don't know. Maybe it's my own bias against the flame. If you all know, I have bad history. My village was burned down by a dragon, all that. But I've kind of overcome that at this point. And although I am more respecting of the pyromancers and their flames, it is still, I don't know. I still fall for their tricks. They're beyond my understanding in some ways. I am still awaiting the possibility of a. Oh my gosh, there's actually so many of them here. Twiggy Shay, Precious, dude. There's a lot of guys here already, ready to go. I have not met any of these, and there's only one that I know on whom I can trust in this trying time. Yfat says pyromancy is my favorite. Okay, well maybe we have a division here. I suppose. I'm curious to hear your argument, pyromancer sympathizer. What about it is your favorite friend? Also, Yfat, should I expect the paladin's aid this day, or should this should I just go ahead and march into the jaws of hell myself once more? And honestly, you know what? I'm going to also make sure I have the charge of the 600, charge of the Light Brigade pulled up, just in case that happens. Previously, we have had a reason to use it, and I think this might be another one of those times, given how many people are going to be fighting alongside us. Let's see here. Oh, could it be beautiful, glorious? The paladin is being sniped, truly. Yes, well, it is done. It is done. Glory, my friend. This will be a wonderful, glorious battle. There he is, shining and glorious. Hell yeah, dude. I've missed you, friend. Alright. So, on that note, yes, let us brace ourselves for a fight like none other. You know, we've fought alongside each other. I don't think we've really fought alongside any knights. Not necessarily your opposite or my opposite, as has been figured out, but it is still strange. I'm making peace with the knights. But yes, anyway. Gosh, let's do this. Cannon to the right of them, cannon to the left of them, cannon in front of them, volleyed and thundered, stormed it with shot and shell. Boldly they rode in well, into the jaws of death, into the mouth of hell, rode the 600. Theirs not to make reply, theirs but to do and die. Just like that, yes, beautiful friend, beautiful. I am weary of these pyromancers, but we can do this together. All right. The tides turn wonderfully. I must make sure I am able to survive that. I'm healing up in the corner. Paladin is doing incredible work. Just like, how much damage are you doing there? It is unfathomable to me. All right. We're doing good. We're doing good. The army proceeds. Okay, looks like the paladin's getting a little harassed there. We got to help him out. Or, yeah, no, I should be good. Making sure I'm all healed. No. Stay away from him. Yes, my friend. No, 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 no! You guys, did you guys see that? Did you all see that too? That was insane. I think it's the paladin's luck or something that's keeping me alive here. Nice, my friend. When the king comes, I do not know what to expect. What is happening? Oh my gosh. This... Why fat? Oh my god. Fuck. Oh my god. Oh, you fight the knight. What a monster. I can't see him past our knights, but that is insane. Okay. That was a hell of an introduction. I fear to approach that man. Oh wow. I want to say I was like, oh my gosh. I was unsure about the fairness of us fighting him all together, but this guy is a monster. This is like looks like a Sekiro character. I can't tell if that's his lightning, and that scares me as well. Those moves. What is that? That is insane. Okay, Paladin, I'm sure you faced this man in your past before. This is what an absolute god. I just like kind of in awe, honestly. I do like no damage to this man at all. This is... he's hitting us with a backflip, I just realized. Paladin, you're okay. I got you. Damn. I'm gonna try spelling him as well. Oh, that's actually doing something. That's good, that's good, that's good. Oh, no! No, don't kill me, don't one-shot me. Okay, I did not get one-shotted. That was malevolent. Oh, thank you. Good job, brother. The way he just closes distance is absurd and horrifying. No! No! That was so... Oh my god, and my microphone fucking falls down. That was... Excuse me, bud. Excuse me. I am... Wi-Fi. I'm deeply sorry. I couldn't hold out there for you long enough. We were so close. That was a good fight, though. That was a good fight. That was a very good fight. I am not... I've not given up. I've not given up. I know we're going to do it in a moment. I'm so sorry, Wi-Fi. We were so close. But I just want to say, that was a phenomenal introduction to a character. I think that must be one of like the coolest boss fight introductions I've seen in this whole series. I can't imagine... I'm trying to think of anyone who has like a cooler one. Maybe like... Also, fuck yeah, thank you, friend. Gehrman was cool. Gehrman was... Actually... Gehrman had a cool introduction. But no, that was not. None of them have ever been like as epic as that one. My friend, I'm sorry. Thank you. You're fantastic. Thank you for being here. We are going to destroy this man. I am prepared this time around. I'm actually going to make sure I have my larger live gems equipped as well, and that I'm even gonna have. I'm gonna have a few sorceries prepared with this little fruit here. Oh, sorry, the herb. Alright, onward we go. This is all an excuse for me to read more of Lord Alfred Tennyson's poetry. What is it? Flashed all their sabers bare, flashed as they turned in air, sabering the gunners there, charging an army, while all the world wondered, plunged in the battery smoked, right through the line they broke. Cossack and Russian reeled from the saber stroke, shattered and sundered. They rode back, but not the 600. Cannon to the right of them, cannon to the left of them, cannon behind them, volleyed and thundered, stormed at with shot and shell, while horse and hero fell. Fuck, man. Let's go the 600. That's what we're gonna go with. All right. That's the high pop poetry. You are a beast, Wi-Fi. That was amazing. Okay. Yes, we're doing good. We're doing good. Just one at a time. Oh, that was a wonderful save there. Wi-Fi, let's. I got you. I'm with you. Sorry, I had to recharge my stamina there. Behind you, friend. I'm really losing a lot of stamina in this battle. Man, what a bunch of beasts, though. This is... What an amazing gimmick for a boss fight. Like, it's actually so fun having a horde versus horde like battle. Just and I think in most Souls games that tends to be fun. And so this is actually an entire fight centered around that one mechanic. It's kind of amazing. All right. No, my friend. I got you. We are doing well. We're doing well. I fear the coming of the king, but doesn't everyone? I now know that I can be more of a wizard around the king. The king actually is vulnerable to my spells, so I can actually be myself. Oh my gosh. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. You ready for this? Good hit, good hit. I'm spearing him. The soul spear is immaculately like a projectile, homing, excuse me. Oh. No! Paladin, you're doing good. I got you. No! My friend! Okay. I don't think my odds are great, if I'm being honest. But that doesn't mean I should give up. In fact, the chance is still there. Okay, Soul Gazer, come on. Do something. You did nothing. No. Okay, it's just me and this one knight. Damn. Alright. Looks like I'm just gonna have to get in there, and well, he's still alive. The odds are not in my favor. The odds have never been worse. This is gonna be a hell of a fight. I can tell you that much right away. Oh. Alright, YFAT. I'm sorry I wasn't there to tank them for you. That was brutal. I appreciate you being a part of this fight. You know, for a second I was like, oh, you know what? Like, it'd be too unfair to like just like try this boss fight all I mean, with a whole army. You know, having a paladin along my side. That would just be cheating. And then like actually just getting destroyed by this man. It's like, you know, I think this fight has to happen with the paladin at my side. This is only fitting, and otherwise I think that would be actually insane and probably take a lot of my time that we could otherwise be using for something helpful. And hello, friend. I'm sorry you died. Yes. Oh, I do love that. That is probably my favorite emote in this whole game. Just fuck yeah, man. Happy to have you here. Let's do this once more. Perhaps soon I will have to start using better life gems. I have some radiant life gems. I think I'll be using those throughout the fight. We'll see though. Waffet says the paladin may have forgotten to sit at the bonfire and ran out of heals. Oh, that is unfortunate. Sorry about that. That is rough. Alright, knights. Brace yourselves. Into hell once more. We're gonna put out the flame, whatever it takes, and put the king to rest. They're so dramatic. Hello there. Slaughter them! Okay. I think the best thing we can do his tag team, like the knights at the same time. Yes, that is the most effective method, I think, by far. Okay, I'm using my Radiant Life Gem here. Well done, Wyfet. Well done, Paladin. I've had to fight like a knight and not like a wizard in this place. I'm deeply at my deeply disadvantaged in that sense. But I think we're managing. How are we looking? That's not bad. Well done, friend. Oh my gosh. Yes, doing great, man. I'm needing to slightly take a back seat here. Making sure I'm well healed. Trying once again. Nice! Watch out! Destroy that man. Nice! I love the heavy hit combo. I think we're doing good. Alright. As always, here's the hardest part. We still have 2 knights at our side. Thank you for fighting with us, friends. We're gonna put the king to rest, no matter what it takes. Alright. Come fight us. Alright, Soul Spear's coming in. Well done, Pat. Well done. Come on. Alright, using some herbs, restoring my soul spears, and trying it again. Soul spears actually do damage comparatively to everything else. Even if it takes some embers to do it, or ember herbs. It looks like the paladin is not doing too good there. I'm gonna get in and try to get the aggro. Oh no, the paladin's doing just fine. Okay. Never mind. What a... No! No! Please again, don't one-shot me. Paladin, I am unsure of how stable my life is here. Okay. We're making it. This is good. Good. It baffles me that there's still a knight alongside us. It is best an outcome we could have hoped for. I love how cinematic this is. Just this battle in like an actual hell against this old king, having defeated his entire guard, trying to free him from his madness. This might be it. But not. Don't celebrate too soon, wizard. Not like this! Not to my comrade! Not like this! Die! Well done, friend. And so it is done. And the flame is quiet around me. And now we have the crown of the Ivory King. Wow. I can't believe it. It is done. Wyfat, thank you for joining me, my friend. That was fantastic. Wife says the paladin may have, no, good job. The paladin is so powerful. The paladin is so powerful, Lagraven. The paladin is just an immaculate friend. All right, let's see what the wisp tells us now.
You've granted my one wish. Now I have no regrets. I was born amidst the dark. Long ago, in the depths of the abyss, my father perished.
Magnus reference? Or Manus reference?
The dark shattered into tiny pieces, one of which was me. How frightened I was. A frail thing, born from but a splinter of dark.
I see.
I felt that I might simply disappear. I am, in fact, the incarnation of my father's fears. I saw that the king of this land was strong.
Excuse me, that was weird.
To sustain myself, to smother my fears. Now, I realize that he may have known all along. I was born of fear, and my Lord provided comfort. And since
This is a lot of lore.
I remain heiress to my Lord's wishes, watching over chaos
So
until the end of time.
that's kind of really metal, brutal. So I'm assuming this is a daughter of Manus, the father of the abyss. Perhaps one of them, like we have seen one previously. But she seems to be in a better place, somewhat, compared to her sisters. Perhaps.
The male voice was swallowed by the chaos,
The Knights of Ilium Lois.
where their souls still run. I pray for their deliverance.
Anything else?
Knights of the where their souls still remain. I pray.
I don't believe we can do anything about that. But I think we've finished. We finished this DLC. We finished the Ilium Lois location, and now I sigh a heavy breath. Wyfat, my friend, what happens now? Our journey goes on, but how much longer? Raven says, gotta go, late for me. Looking forward to watch the rest tomorrow. Thanks for everyone. It's been wonderful having you here, Raven. I hope you have a good night. Thank you so much for joining us. Cheers, comrade. I can save the knights? I'm gonna have to save the knights. How do I save the knights? I'm going to also level up a little bit.
Until
Just a tiny amount. Let's see, what can I do here? Let's do strength. Yeah, 22 strength is actually no. Let's go with vigor. Vigor's been a good investment. 138, perfect. Okay. Wife, it says go talk to Vendrick. I got you. Great adventure. At least some questions got answers. Sad stuff overall, says George. Yeah, no, that was kind of amazing. That was a fantastic boss fight. I can't emphasize enough how like that really was just epic. Like actually having a whole location dedicated to gathering materials for the fight that way was phenomenal. And then, man, the actual situation with the king has been unfortunate for sure. In order to save them, I must find their souls. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's think about the priorities here. I do owe them. I'm gonna think about this. I'm gonna first talk to Vendrick. Well, I do owe them for helping us in this great battle. I guess I do owe them, don't I? I'll see what I can do. Crit multiplier! Oh my god, my friend! Oh, so good to have you here. Ah, you forgot the frigid outskirts in the last DLC. You have also yet to fight Sir Alon, and you have missed an area in the first DLC too. There's a gank fight there that's quite hard. Oh, wonderful. Don't speak of this place. Also his crit. Place also crit. You know what? There's one thing that I don't know what it's gonna do. Also, crit multiplier, dude. Thank you for coming here. Don't worry about being late. It's just a pleasure having you here as always. I'm gonna be streaming probably for another 45 minutes. Expect pretty much exactly that. After that, I'm gonna go. I have not been able to do streams for more than 3 hours. It's kind of, my throat starts hurting pretty quickly from talking so long. But I'm working and figuring out what to do about that. There's one thing I actually want to do at this point that might be perhaps evil, and I actually don't know. But no, actually, I need to understand. So, crit multiplier. Something I realized, is that I can't just kill my shadow. It doesn't make any sense. It's like if the mage, that the wizard that has been invading us has in fact been the dark version of me, that is indeed my shadow, and I've given up my sorceries, and sorry, I've given up my I've given up the dark, and that has. Okay, here, let me explain. Oh my god, am I gonna do it though? I'm realizing how hard that's gonna be again. I might have gone the wrong way with all this. Never mind, we're okay. What I'm trying to say is, I need to embrace my shadow. I need to tame the shadow. It can't just be separate from me. It has to be ultimately acknowledged as a part of me that has its own agency, but also one that requires me to act upon it. And I cannot kill the shadow, never truly, not fully. So long as I roam these wretched realms, it will forever be there with me. And so the only way to face it is to embrace it in a way. But that doesn't mean to become a murderer or to become all those things that I could be. Rather, I need to find a balance. I need to find a way to make that happen, to make that work. And something tells me, just potentially, allegedly, according to a certain voice, and I've not done any further research in what this means and what this is, but I'm gonna go ahead and see where it leads me, this intuition that I have right now. Perhaps, I know that I can be complete without a wizard hat, that I am a Yeah, no, I am completely a wizard. I am still a wizard at the end of the day, and to be fully a wizard, I need to understand my own darkness, and not let it reign over me, but in fact keep it controlled in a sense, and embrace it and be one with it, but also be light. So I know not what awaits me here, but one voice says that this might help me in my battle. Crit Multiplier says, shadow is not cast, but born in fire, and the brighter the flame, the deeper the shadow. You are entirely true, my friend. I think that is exactly what we're facing. And I think whatever is awaiting us here might be the next step forward to fighting my shadow. See. I know not. I have zero idea what will happen. I need to pull it while hollowed. Well, I didn't do that, so all the dramatic buildup, there we go. Let's see now. Hello there.
By the very gods, what have you done?
I don't actually know.
You've really done it. You'll never escape him.
What? All right, well, I don't know why I did that. I suppose there was... Well... Fuck me, am I right? I didn't kill anybody. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. This is... I've felt this dread quite never, actually. I don't believe I've done anything wrong. All I did was I pulled a lever. I have accepted that there must be a distinction between that I must not embrace the dark. But I think we're okay. I think we're fine. I unleashed Navlan. Well, there's the hats, you fool. You've ruined... You've ruined it. He's a friend of sorts. What have I ruined? I'm so concerned. What have I done? Crit multiplier. What have you led me to? I'm actually so uncertain of my actions. Wi-Fat, I hope I did not terribly throw everything astray that you've worked so hard for. I didn't relapse. I did not kill anybody. What have I done? I'm so concerned. Okay, well, Wi-Fat, I don't know what I expected. Well, have you... My narrative? Wi-Fat. Wi-Fat, your narrative. I'm sorry. What have I done? What have I done? I can't have it. I don't know. This feels like... No, fuck. Okay. All right. I'm not... I just don't know what's happening. I suspect I've done something terrible. This wasn't it. No. No. What have I done? Was this a relapse? Was this... What have... But the dark hasn't beckoned me, though. I did it purely out of... I was just following the voices. I actually can't express how much, like, despair has settled upon me on this action. Wi-Fat, my friend. Is it too late for me? Have I truly set things into motion I cannot ever undo? It's actually so tempting. I've not... Well, you say I've unleashed a mass murderer into the world. Can I face him? Is that an option? Can I undo this error? Can I face him before he does any terrible harm? I don't know why I had thought this would have been a good idea. No, no. This... I had a plan, Arthur. No. Wi-Fat. Wi-Fat. What happens now? What happens now, Wi-Fat? Whoever is just watching this, like, for watching Dark Souls 2, I apologize. The narrative has taken hold here. I don't know. Yes, you can face him, but not the way you'd like. He just invades now. No. Why did I do that? I was so certain of what I've been led astray. I've not beckoned. The darkness hadn't beckoned me. That was... I thought I was doing the right thing. I'm still upon the path of the path of I don't know what path I'm on anymore. I did not mean to free them if I had known. You needed to have a little faith, Arthur. I'm actually, like, deeply saddened. Fuck. Okay. We're gonna go talk to Vendrick. It's horrifying because I don't know. I don't actually fully understand Tahiti Arthur. Man, I don't know that reference. I don't know that reference. I'm sorry. Okay. Surely this is not how it all ends. The story doesn't end with me unleashing murder onto the world and doing all the good that I was setting myself on. You're conflicted, says Crit Multiplier. Maybe you did the right thing. Maybe someone else would have freed him anyway. To be honest, I did free him in many of my worlds too. Crit Multiplier, I've been thinking about it, and like in the dichotomy of you and YFAT has continually been the angel on my shoulder, and you continually the devil. And I don't know why I followed you. There's only one option now, says YFAT. My friend, tell me, I want to make things right. I want to make things better. There's this terrible leaden doom that is spilled into my lungs, and I just feel it in my chest as though something horrible has just happened. And I thought it to be something wonderful and beautiful when it did. And now I know that all it was for what, a hat? A hat that I threw away the second I got it out of pure guilt for what I had done, not knowing. Vendrick, friend, you've made many terrible mistakes in your time too, haven't you, old fool? Old Hollow King. I wish for some advice in this time of sorrow. What would you have done in my place? Hello. Hello, whoever is joining us. Something absolutely horrific, just terrible happened. I don't fully grasp the consequences of everything that has been set into motion, and so I'm here to consult Vendrick. I have allegedly freed Navlan in my hope to defeat the Dark Wizard, and that I don't know why I did that, and now I feel a terrible fool for it. Wyfat says you have to put him down. To the grave with him, says Crit Multiplier. I mean, I'll put him down. Kingly advice, always welcome. Yes, well, King, it's been a long road, and I've found many kings at this point, and I see the weight of your crown. I understand now your errors, but please guide me in this time of trouble. What should I do next?
Seeker of fire, I see you've subdued another foul creature. One of the father of the abyss spawn. That confounded quintessence of humanity. The abyss once had form, but then dissipated.
I see. So like the Dark Wizard.
Its existence endured.
I don't think I could ever defeat the Dark Wizard fully.
Spread dark with no relent. My dear Shan is one such record. A feeble, tiny thing that thirsted for power more than any other.
Chandra, is that your wife?
Insatiable lust for a worthy vessel. Fire came to be, and with it, disparity.
Oh, I know this, my friend.
And cold, life and death.
I understand.
The scene is a curse. Shadow is not cast, but born of fire.
Huh.
The brighter the flame, the deeper the shadow.
I see what you're saying.
Inherit fire and harness the dark. Such is the calling of a true leader.
Inherit the fire. Anything else?
As soon as occurred,
I understand. Thank you. Okay. I think that does help me. So as the shadows lengthen around the flame, I must understand that the dark wizard that has spawned from my deeds has, in fact, a very material consequence of my own actions right now. Okay. Alright, I think it's time to confront Nevlan, or at least begin paying for what I have done. I can't believe... I can't believe how all this transpired. I would have thought we were almost at the beautiful end, and I messed up, and right as it was finishing. Okay. I suppose I must put him down. You have to put him down, says Wyfat. If that's what you think I need to do, as a wise paladin, I will go forth and I'll try to end that man. I will do my best. How are you doing, my friends? My dear voices. This has been so dreadful. I'm deeply sorry, Wyfat, that this has all transpired this way. I'm sorry if you had faith in me and I've blundered it. He will kill without end. He is a monster. If I'm being honest, I didn't know it was gonna free him. I was told not to do it, and then I was told by Crit Multiplier that it was worth a shot. But I suppose I did not realize the consequences of such an action, or what I should have thought clearer. Crit Multiplier says no one gets what they want by just wanting it. You have to sacrifice something to gain something. That's how it works. All right. Well, I suppose something terrible was sacrificed just a minute ago. Are you this Navlan?
By the very gods, you've really done it.
Royal Sorcerer Navlan. So he speaks of him. Who is the Navlan, like this duality? Like is there two people in Navlan? I will not buy anything from Navlan. My friends, do I just put him down now? I suppose this is the only way forward. Fuck me. Okay. He is him. I suppose this is... I feel like... This feels like almost like killing the cartographer, but I know the cartographer is an innocent man. I'm sorry that I have to take your life. Oh, fuck me. Well, I think that is him. Chaos Hood. I will probably not be wearing that. He's a split personality. One Navlan is quite the charmer. He locked himself up. Most people would do that just to not hurt others. Two beings, one body, says Wyfat. I see. Well, theoretically, I've just destroyed his body. So something... So that's that. Wyfat, what else needs doing? I love Nevlin's laugh, by the way, says Crit Multiplier. The fact that he says nothing on death, and the fact that he says nothing on damn. Haunted, that is how I'm feeling right now. Feel deeply disturbed by my own actions. It's strange. I'm thinking about myself half an hour ago, no, like 20 minutes ago, and I just like, I don't understand my actions or the trail of thought. And I guess it returns back to what Dislike Button was saying earlier. I guess, are we ever really ourselves at the end of it all? Like, after any experience, like, do we ever really remain ourselves? Was that really us ever? And it doesn't feel like that was me just a minute ago, but I guess it was. And that's, well, at least by my own ideology, that was still me, and I have to live with those consequences, the consequences of that terrible decision. And I don't fully know how will I feel the consequences of what has transpired. It does worry me. Alright, wait. Let me check on the cartographer. Because I know Navlan wanted him dead. If the cartographer's fine, we might be doing well. Maybe everything is okay, and he didn't have time to do any of his terrible shenanigans. Okay. Hello, buddy. Are you doing okay?
I would not venture far into that hole. It was blocked by a wall, but it was crumbling.
Okay, he's doing fine. All right, that's reassuring. Let's see. I love that. Okay, so my friends, what do I do now? I suppose we have several options as to what we could do, as far as I understand. But is there one y'all are leaning towards? Can I undo my error any further? And also, Wyfat, just for my own peace of mind, can I know how terribly is your plan messed up now? Have we at all aligned it? There may be hope. Okay. If it matters at all, I did discard the hat as soon as I had the chance. But I suppose it is truly meaningless having already freed the man. Chaos hood. I got a chaos hood from him. What is it? Imported hood. Chaos hood. Improved casting speed. Hood worn of chaos sorcerer. The man claims to have sealed himself away, but who's ever heard of sentient magic? It is no doubt difficult to judge the veracity of the man's words, but this hood's certainty seems to possess an unusual power. I am deeply curious. What does it even look like? I don't intend to wear it, but I am curious. I do not want to wear this. Interesting. Okay, there may be hope, says Paladin. I appreciate that. That is encouraging. You cannot hope. You cannot search for meaning on the outside. You have to look within yourself. Man, you guys are cryptic as hell today. It is. I definitely feel it. But now the question is, my voice is, where do you all wish for me to? Where do you all wish for me to go next? I think I need to understand how to quench the wizard, but also embracing the dark within me. But I don't fully grasp how I'm gonna do that yet. But I know there has to be some kind of an acceptance there, and that's the next thesis. That's what we're gonna be working with. But where do I go now? It feels like it is close to the end at this point. but I'd like to begin the next journey. I thought you understood, but then released a monster, said Wyfat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Wyfat. I really am. I'm forever gonna live with that, and I suppose I just didn't see enough. Chaos set is drip. The cloak is great. Fair enough. Wyfat's revenge will be just and swift. No, Wyfat! No, I don't want to fight Wyfat. I don't want to fight the Paladin. The Paladin, he doesn't understand. I was not like that. And, man, where do I go now? Direct me somewhere. This is one way your sin can be forgiven. Wyfat, where do you want to do this? Give me a location and I'll meet you there. I suppose... I guess what am I to do here? Am I to give my life to the Paladin as repentance for what had happened to me? For what I had done? Sorry. I do not know. We do not have too much time. Someone has returned. Someone from your past. Someone from my past. Oh Lord, have mercy upon his dark soul. You guys are actually so good at like making me feel extremely uneasy and concerned. My God. Okay, I'll tell you what. Wyfat, just name a location. Name a location. I'll meet you there. I cannot go anywhere until you tell me where to meet you. Where would it be fitting? Please. Return to where your journey first faltered. Where my journey had first faltered. Where my journey had first faltered. Oh. Oh. Oh, it has been too long. It has been so long. Can I even recall where this had happened? Close to there. No, this is not it. I'm close though. I know it's surely not far off. Few of you may know of this place, but I guess this is where it all went wrong. I barely know of this place. It's hard to remember. Although I know of it. I believe, where could it be? Where could it be? Where am I right now? Okay, so I'm at the Ended Refuge, Chapel Threshold. I think it's the chapel. Yes, okay. Kurtzmalspress says, I would have to look it up, sorry. I think there's some keys you need to use. I will look it up for the next stream. What are you talking about? The Huntsman Corpse was certainly one of the dark places. Okay. I think this is it. I've got to make sure I am... Okay, I have my effigy and everything. This is... I had slaughtered a coven of dark mages here. But right here, I believe this is where it had all gone wrong. It was too long ago. It was once a partner here. I suppose the least I can do is... give you the souls. I'm sorry I killed you. I do wish I could have undone it.
When you face doubt, you are welcome here. You seek indulgence? Then tell me of your transgression.
Oh, there were so many. Well, please, I'm sorry. I've unleashed something terrible into this world.
Your sin has been forgiven. May your contrition be sincere and enduring.
It will be.
We must never forget our sins.
Okay. Okay. Well, I've made peace with a certain part of my past. Okay. Well, let's see here. I was talking about how to progress the DLCs. Oh, I see. Thank you. Why if it says you are blocked, nullify at bonfire? Nullify at bonfire? What? Zero souls given, he still forgives. Be sincere and enduring. Also, I just actually want to ask, Paladin, what did he mean by 0 souls? What was he exactly? Does he think I had to be forgiven of a lot? You need to pop the security, and you have sinned. Yes, pay it. Partner needs to eat. Not quiet. Not quiet. What else? All right, I've given him a human effigy. I will say I'm going to be concluding the stream within the next 10 minutes. This is an important point of our narrative. Why fat? Was this not what he had sought? Oh. Oh. Oh my god, it's actually the pardoner. Fuck. Oh. I see. I actually... That shocks me. That's amazing, though. Sorry, it took me a second to realize. This is... How are you real? Oh my god. Hello, I am... I am sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh my god. I just want to say it is absolutely incredible that Wife had made a part of the partner. But I don't know, is one death enough? Thank you for that. Ah, that was incredible, though. I am... Wife hat, you're fantastic. That was incredible. It was... I had... Like, I knew you had something planned. The fact that you made the partner is so... Like, that's actually just... That's fantastic. Thank you so much for doing that, friend. And I can totally see another timeline in which I got invaded by the partner and actively fought by the partner. And so I'm grateful that I got to meet him, I suppose, and maybe make things right again. I'm sorry it ever had to go this way. The first sin is free, because at that point you don't know what it entails. If you kill again, though, well, I see. You are forgiven. You repented. Mercy, mercy, please. There were two paths. Wifette, you're fucking incredible. Like, I'm actually... Thank you for being a part of this journey. This has been really amazing. And I just want to say, to leave off for today, if you were to just give me one more attempt at the wizard, I would be more than eager to face him. I doubt my odds are particularly great against the dark mage, but I would be prepared for it if you are so willing. Perhaps. There are two paths, two timelines. Well, it does pain me deeply that Navlan had been released into the world. I don't know what took hold of me to do it. Maybe a whisper in the dark. Maybe... I suppose it was... I think of it as it was a disguised opportunity. I thought it to be better than it was. I thought the voices to be frightened of the possibility of fighting of me pulling the lever, because I don't know, there would have been some great ramifications, but not necessarily the ramifications would be terrible in their moral element. Hello, whoever is joining. We are awaiting a wizard to fight me, my shadow self. I know he's coming, and after that our journey for today will end. But a lot of things happened, and I'm still distressed about it. It still pains me to consider what had transpired. You know, I felt kind of guilty for killing the partner. Like, it's been kind of like, no, I shouldn't have done it, and I am sorry for it. For the Navlan thing, I am genuinely like, need to like fix this. Like, I need to repent. I need to make sure that something is made better with the world. And I am sad. I'm sad that I had to do that. That I did that. Fight and revel in bloodshed, for it is all we have left as hollows and invaders. Your wise friend. Oh, there he is, that wizard. All right, friends. My odds are few. My odds are very few. I will try not to use healing items, but in the scenario that I am nearly dead, I will use them. But if I do so, I am already lost. At that point, it is just prolonging the inevitable. I await the wizard here at last, and expect... there he is. No, you. Alright. I see what you did there. You're so... Oh my gosh, okay. Ah, you monster. The shadow orbs have been actually so fucked. I actually didn't know what to do about that. Good fight. Good fight, good fight. He mogs on me with the hat once again. Alright. We're gonna find a way to embrace the shadow in a healthy way in our next adventure. The journey draws very close to its end. There are some loose ends that need to be addressed before it all comes to an end. But I think we had a pretty good run today. We actually had some massive developments. We had a glorious battle against the Ivory King, who was an absolute beast. That was a fantastic boss fight. Creative Multiplier says, I'm curious if you can also resummon Navlan with a gravestone. Well, the gravestone mechanic is really obtuse, but I like it a lot. Summoning dead NPCs was a godsend on my initial playthrough. I see. Yo, nasty frame trap with the pursuer into the dark great sword. That was great, dude. I mean, I felt totally like played like a fiddle there. There's a way to defeat the shadow. Think carefully. I'm gonna do nothing but think about this whole week, my friend. I am. Tell you what. Next time we journey, I intend to end the shadow. Or at the very least, in my last few journeys before the final one, before it all comes to an end, we will resolve this. The shadow will be faced, and I will once again absorb it, and perhaps that will be enough. But for my sin of freeing Navlan, I don't know if there will ever be any forgiveness, even though the partner said I am. And I'll take comfort in the fact that perhaps at least he says that I am forgiven, even though I had killed him myself. This is a we're gonna get a Christian conversion by the end of this playthrough? Question mark. We'll see. All right. Let's see what Swife had saying. The Ivory King is possibly the biggest badass in the series. He was fantastic. That was an incredible fight. I love that. Chris Melcher says shadow boxing. I'll be shadow boxing every day this week for sure. Ivory King is the only true king. The based. I like that. Well, you guys, this really has been fantastic. On that positive note, I think that's going to be the end for the evening. A lot coming ahead of us. A lot of things need resolution. We still need to understand what the voices are, what the whole purpose of this was, and face the wizard, the dark side of the wizard. And so yes, Chris Monster says if your throne is the first line of the defense, I will follow you into the chaos. That is fucking brutal. I love that. Thank you for sharing that little detail. Wi-Fi says, Christian conversion, you say? You are unraveling my true intentions. I see what you're doing, Wi-Fi. I see what you're doing. That is fascinating. That is incredible. You're truly epic, my friend. I appreciate you having facilitated this journey. It has been awesome. We'll see about that. We'll see. No promises, but it has been real. All right. But on that wonderful note, I hope you'll have a wonderful week, and I'll see you all again next time. The journey goes ever on. Goodbye, my friends.